Hello and welcome members Microsoft Exchange Online Outlook Web App Policies, and here right now in this video we will explore how you can configure and define Outlook Web App Policies on Microsoft Exchange Admin Center. So let's begin by accessing the Exchange Admin Center. So let's assume the Windows 11 machine, and here once you expand the Admin Center, so here you will see the Exchange online. So let's click to the Exchange and it will navigate you to the Exchange Admin Center. So let me close the security.microsoftdefender.com. Next, we will navigate to the Outlook Web App Policies under the Settings section, and these policies can control features available to user when they access their mailboxes through Outlook on the web. So for that, let's expand the roles, and here you're going to find the Outlook Web App Policies. So let's click to these Outlook Web App Policies, and here you can see that there is a default Outlook policy that is already being used, and it has been modified since last year. And you have seen in the previous Exchange related videos that we are keep using this default policy all over in the Exchange environment. But now we are going to create the new Outlook Web App policy, and later on we are going to use this newly created policy all over in creating and configuring other policies, because you know that we have to call different policies while we are making some specific policies or we are providing parameter for a specific policy. Now to create the new Outlook policy, you need to click here to this new OVA policy. Well, here you have to provide the name of this policy. So we're going to name it as Restrict Attachments Policy. And here we are using this copy and paste method to provide the name. And once you provide the name here, then click to the next. And here you have to select the feature. And if you scroll down, so you will see a lot of features that you can enable and disable by just checking the box here. So here you have these features, and they are divided under different sections. Like the first one is the communication management. So here you have instant messaging, text messaging, Exchange Active Sync, contacts, mobile device contact sync, LinkedIn contact sync, all address list. So any of the communication management feature you can disable from here, and it won't work on the user level if you call that policy on these users. In the same way, information management, here you can disable the inbox rule, or you can disable recovered deleted items. And in the same way, you have security option where you can disable the change password over the Outlook access over the web or the browser. Then you have the user experience. Here you can disable themes, premium client, weather, interesting calendars, so you can disable it, email signatures, and here you can disable any of the options that you wanted to disable. For the time management, you can disable tasks, calendars, all it's up to you. Then view and access attachments, so select how users can access and view email attachments from public and private computers. So for the public or shared computer, let's user open file attached to the email when using a public or shared computer. So you can enable or disable it. Let user open file attached to the email when using a private computer. So we are going to disable both the option because this policy is going to restrict to access the file attachment comes with the email. Then click next, and here's the review of the policy that you just created and defined, and you customize this policy triggers. Then click to create, and it will take a short while to create your new restrict attachment policy. And here you can see the status of this policy. It is last modified just few seconds back, and here you can refresh to see the current status. And once you create the policy and you start seeing the policy item here, then the other thing comes, which is how to call this policy on users and group. So all you need to do is to go to the left section, left hand panel, and click to the mailboxes. And here you can see that we have this specific user mailbox. So let's click on that user. And here you can see, if you scroll down on the General tab, you have the contact information or mailbox usage. And down below, you have Manage Email App Settings. So here you need to click on this link. Well, here, have a look. You can see that here still you have few settings that you can manage from here. Like it is mentioned, manage settings for email apps, where you have the Outlook desktop, which you can enable and disable right from here. Same with the Exchange, web services, mobile, Exchange Active Sync, IMAP, POP3, which you can disable so that will not be able to be synced to the local desktop Outlook. I mean to say that when you try to, configure your email on your Outlook, and if you disable these protocols, so it won't let the email go to the local desktop Outlook app. And this is the same here for the web as well, where you can disable the Outlook on the web right from here. And what happens that when you disable the Outlook on the web, so there is no need to choose the policy because you have already disabled the Outlook on the web. But if you enable it, then it comes to select the policy. And here you can see the default policy has been selected. Now we're going to call the new policy, which is the restrict attachment. So let's select that policy, and here's the new policy that we just created. And now we are calling this policy right here. Then click to the save button, and it will take a short while again to update this email settings. And let's close. So that's how you can define and create and customize your Outlook web access policy. And these are the steps that you will take to call this policy on for the user or for the groups.